Hi everyone, Emma here. So I have a really exciting design to show you. This is not my design. This is a design from Svetlana McDaniel's, and I'm going to post the link to her video. Now, she shows you how to do this awesome design. Let me adjust the camera here. So this is the design that she shows you. So you need 4mm pearls and 11O seed beads to create this. And of course, some type of closure. I'm using magnetic closures. That. And then for the middle, now I've used this beautiful Swarovski, I think it's called an octagon, that Kath gave me in the last friend mail that she sent me. And it has the little holes that you can attach your bead weaving to. So that is, let me move these aside so you can see this a little better. So you know what? I've watched this video probably, I couldn't tell you how many times, 20 times maybe. I just love this design. So it looks like cubic right angle weave, but I have to do more research. I really don't think it's cubic right angle weave the way it's done. It's so much simpler. So that's why I'm so excited to show it to you. So I am going to show you how to make this. And the other thing I wanted to mention is you can put whatever you want in the middle, or you could not put anything in the middle and just continue your bracelet and just do all pearls. So this, of course, looks incredible that way. So I'll show you some of the other examples. So this one here, I did a slider that I got from Michael's on these brown cards that comes with 3 of these sliders. And you can see I really love sliders. I feel like it makes doing a bracelet easier in the sense you can do half, like do one side, then add a slider, then do the other side. It just, makes it a lot simpler and faster than doing a whole bracelet all one length. And yeah, and there's so many different designs. And I mean, this one is just like, I'm guessing it's some type of acrylic, but when you put it on the bracelet, oh my gosh, it looks stunning. It really makes it pop. So there's that one. And just show you, that's what it looks like on the back. So you could continue on through here so that you don't have this space, but it fits really nice. It doesn't, it doesn't rub or anything. It's really comfortable. So this one here, this one I did to fit me. So it's a bit loose for me, but I would probably wear it a bit loose like that. So you might, my wrists are 5 3/4, so they're super small. So I did 17 rows on each side, and then this short area here. So I think what I had done was I counted 17, not incorporating this or the clasp. So I would, if you have wrists as small as mine, I would probably go to 15 on each side. And that would take about an inch off of it. And then it would still be a bit loose, but nice and snug. So the reason I mention that is the next ones I did 20 on each side. And I think I measured it on a mandrel, and it ends up being, let's take a look at what we have here. Right at 7.5, it's almost into the 8. So you actually, and you know what? The size of this flower is quite big. So you might want to take some off, maybe do 17, and it will be you know, in this position here, because this still opens up, so it's not completely accurate, but get the idea. These pearls, let me tell you, they are gorgeous. They are, let me see if I have the package. Yeah, that's them. These are rose gold, and I got these, all of these pearls, actually, I got from Butterfly Beads. And I think they have a sale on right now. I think they have a sale on everything 30% off. But if you keep watching, they continuously have sales, and they'll have like 50% off their glass beads, which ends up, like, I didn't pay $2.20 for this. I paid $1.10. So, and you can see this is a full strand, and look, I still have more left. So definitely there's 210, and I think there's 80 in here. So really great. They're beautiful. And then I just used copper. Let's see what this one, these are 11.0 Czech light copper metallic for the seed beads on these. You can kind of see a little better there. And then I used a rose gold magnetic clasp. So there's that one. So let's take a look at the others. So there's this one. Oh, this one turned out so amazing. So this here is not a Swarovski. This is a, you know, now I have to think about this. I'm just looking at the back and trying to determine. Usually from the back I can tell what it is. I think these were just some crystals that I got from AliExpress, and I went ahead and did a bezel. So I use, let's open this up a bit. So I used the peyote. I just did a strand of peyote, and I just followed the instructions that Stephanie from Bronze Pony uses. I am not good at doing bezeling like this, peyote bezeling, so I just followed her instructions. So you string on, I ended up, I think, 40 of the delicas. So I just strung that many on, and then I made a loop with it, and then took the crystal and sat the crystal inside, and it fit exactly. So that's how she tells you to measure what you need. And then I just started adding, and then I added some 15-O's, and these 15-O's are from Beta Beta from the last unboxing. So they turned out amazing. They look really bright here, but you see how nice and dark they are next to all this. So that turned out super cool. This is the silver line cyan. And yeah, so it turned out really nice. And then I just attached the two little seed beads that, so you, when you end your strand, you end up with one seed bead. You see how there's one seed bead in between each two? So you end up with one, but you're missing a seed bead on either side that you have to replace. So when I came up through here, I added a seed bead, and then came down, added this seed bead, went around, added the next seed bead. And I'll show you how to do that. But so I always end up with two seed beads on either side, and then I can use that to attach whatever I want in the middle. And that's how it turned out. And oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. So there's that one. That. Then there's this one. So this is a blue one, a blue metallic. And here's the other thing. You can see how loose this is. This is one of the first ones I did, so it's super loose. And then I started getting a little better. This one you can barely see any movement. Now, this is going to be a choice that you have, because the least amount of movement, it's harder for it to fold so that it creates that shape to go around your wrist. So just remember that. This one on this side goes a bit, this one won't move at all. So you have to remember that you might want to find where your tension is and how loose you want it. So again, this was one, I can't remember if this is one of the crystals, Swarovskis. I'm going to have to look them up and compare them to what I have, because I have all my Swarovskis separate. So then there's this one, turned out really nice. And then I thought I would try some of these turquoise. They're not real turquoise. It's like a pressed howlite with some turquoise seed beads and this lovely slider. So this slider has 2 holes on each side and it goes right through the whole thing. And what I did different on this one is I thought I'd try continuing this piece straight across, but leaving the top one open. And that turned out really nice, but I don't know that it's actually necessary. So if you are concerned about the slider rubbing on your wrist, you could do it that way. And that is super easy to do, and you'll see when I start showing you how to do this. So let's take a look. I know that's like 10 minutes of explaining, but I thought it was important to show you all of these. I have some others that, let me see if I can quickly show you. I'm doing some others with different beads. So it's kind of like figuring out what you could do. So these are those miracle beads, and look at how amazing that looks. So this is what we're going to make today. So let's take a look at what we have. We are going to do, I have the goodies here. We're going to do a pearl one. So I've created one already, and I'm going to show you how to make one of these, and then we'll put it together. So we need some 11O seed beads, preferably check, because they're smaller and rounded, but I'm sure you could use a Toho and it would still work fine. So this is Ceylon opaque dyed pearl. Oh, you know what? I didn't use these. Actually, the color matched better with the ones I got from Beta Beta. Initially, this is what I was going to do, but if you take a look, these look white compared to these pearls. So those pearls are peach. They say they're peach. They look really like a cream color to me. And then these 11O. So yeah, I'm using Tohos, so that's fine. 11Os, and this is Ceylon light ivory. So this kind of matches a little better, and you can see once you have it on, you don't really see how light they are unless you're looking up close like we're doing right now. So this is another Michael slider that comes on those cards, and I actually got these. There was 3 on a card, and they were on clearance for $5. So there's the holes. So I think this is going to look amazing. Like that. Okay, so let's get started. So you're going to need some thread. I'm going to use the white dragon thread. You need some scissors or something to cut with. And you need, I'm using a size 10 needle. I don't think you need anything super big or super, like you don't need a 12. So I'm just going to pour out some of these. There. These are the 11Os. And actually, I think I counted these out. Let me see what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so there's 80 right here, which means we need 80. And I think I bagged them with the 80, but we'll just do them up, and when we get to that length, we'll... So you're going to need a arm's length and a bit, depending on what you can work with. You might have to add some thread, but so I do an arm's length, and then I do another little pull like that, and that gives me my... Cut that this side and thread our needle. So I just use my nail to flatten the thread. It makes it easier to thread your needle. And I'm going to pull quite a bit through so that you're not watching me pull. Okay, I'm going to tilt this a little. Makes it easier for me to see what I'm doing. So the way she starts it is she picks up 2 seed beads, and then she comes back and goes through the one, and then she keeps adding 1 until you have 4 seed beads together. I'm going to do it a little differently. I tried it on the last one, and I found there was less thread involved. It looked a little neater. So I am going to do 4. So definitely take a look at her video if you want to try the different way that she did it. So take 4 and then bring this down to the end, and you're going to leave a tail because you're going to put your clasp on. So you need a bit of a tail, not too much. So now go through just 2 like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to fold it over into like a square. So you see, like that. Okay. So really what you want is you want your holes to be sticking up because you're creating this piece here. But I feel like once we fold it over, it should be fine. So that's probably why she does it the other way. So now I'm going to pick up 2. Okay, so coming out of here, I'm going to go into the next one, and I'm going to go through and come out on the other side because we're going to add 2 on the other side. Just add the 2, like that. Add 2 more. And you're only going to do 4 rows of this. I mean, you could do more if you want. So there's, you're coming out of this one here. We're going to go in through here. And we're going to go through all of them. Like that. And that's what it's going to look like. So now you're going to add 2. Now we're going to go through just the one, and what we're going to do is we're going to fold it now. So we're going to fold it at this point here. So let's put these 2 on here. Let's see if I can show you. Okay, so now you have 3 sets on this side. Let me enlarge this for you. So you have 3 sets on this side because you just added those 2, and you have 2 on this. So we're going to fold at this point here. So we want to, actually I might, yeah, it should work. So if we go through this one here, show you, okay, and then just use your nail to fold it. So fold 3 and 2, and then pull the other tight like that. Okay. Now take 2 and just go through the 1 bead like that. Pull it all through. So now you're going to go to the other side, the kind of equal to where your thread is. So your thread's right here. So now you're going to go through this one here and then up to the other two. And that's going to keep it folded together. Like that. Okay, so now you're going to add 2. It is a bit kind of finicky at the beginning because it's so tiny. So now you're coming out of this bead here. You're going to go into this one and this one alone, because you're going to take your thread and go across to the other side. So now we have 4. That's what we want, is a set of 4. So your thread is coming out here. So if you look straight across, go up through that one and pull it tight. We're going to add 2. Coming out of here, we're going to go in here and just this bead. Let's flip this so you can see what I'm doing somewhat. So we're going to go through this bead and this bead alone, like that. And just tuck that over. There we go. Okay. And so now we're going to go through this second one here. And that will be the end of this. So we go through those 2. And that gives you your fold and your beginning. Just like that. Okay, so we are going to, once we're going to start adding our pearls now, we're going to come down and we're going to put our thread across this way and it will close it up completely. So in case you're wondering. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pick up 1 pearl, 1 seed bead. Move these over a bit. Seed bead, and then another pearl. Okay, so this is what we're going to add. We're coming out of this seed bead here, so we're going to go into the one next to it. And that one alone. Like that. Okay. And try and kind of push it so that the thread is even on both sides. This first one is a little different. Like that, something like that. Okay, so now if you turn this, we are going to go up through the next seed bead, and that's going to close that up like that. So I hope this isn't too confusing. I did find it confusing when I was watching the video, so I'm doing my best to make it so that it's not confusing. But if you can just get through this part of it, the rest comes along really easy. So now we're going to add another pearl and a seed bead and another pearl. And these again are 4mm pearls. I'm going to try this with a bigger pearl, see what happens. Okay, so we're coming out of this seed bead here. We're going to go into the next one like that. And jiggle these around so that they're even on both sides of the thread. And now I'm just going to turn this so you can see what I'm doing. So the thread is coming out of here. We're going to go up from the next seed bead, and that's going to create that thread across to hold it together. But we're also going to go through the pearl. So It's a little finicky at the beginning, but once we have a few pearls on, it will be super simple. So just up like that. Okay. Stuff on my desk getting tangled, of course. And okay. Pull that through. You can see it's going to close that up nicely. And just, you can play with these guys now so that they're in the right there. So that's what you have so far. This is the beginning. The rest is easy. Trust me. So pick up a pearl. And I find these pearls have a lot of finish on them. So sometimes they're hard to pick up just with the needle. Okay, so we have a pearl, a seed bead, and a pearl. So we are coming out of this pearl here. We're going to go into the next pearl and just the pearl. Like that. Like that. Now, to create the like close this gap between the pearls, we're going to add a seed bead. Like that. Go up. So you're coming out of this pearl, you've got a seed bead, and you're going to go through this pearl. Like that. Now you can wait and add it to the next one, but I like to add it right away. So now we're going to pick up a pearl, a seed bead, and a pearl. Like that. So we're coming out of this. Let's see if I can show you. We're coming out of this pearl here. We're going to go into the next. Like that. So just make sure it's in there good and tight, especially at the beginning. Now we're going to add a seed bead so that we can close this up here. So now we're going to go through all of these pearls. So the two pearls like that. Through, and you see how it tightens everything like that. Okay. Pick up a pearl, a seed bead, and a pearl. Coming out of this pearl here, we're going to go into the next one, and only the pearl, this first pearl. Like that. In. Just going to turn this like that. Now we're going to add a seed bead to close this gap. So we're going to go through that. And bring it all tight. Now we're going to add a pearl, a seed bead, and a pearl. Just like that. Go through here. Add a seed bead, and then go up through the two pearls. And like I said, there's a lot of finish on these pearls, so sometimes there's a little bit of maneuvering through. Just make sure you tighten everything at the once you've got it through. So there's that one. So I like to hold mine like this and then add my pearl. Seed bead. Oh, and a pearl. That. So we're coming out of this one here. We're going to go in through this one. That. Tight. Then we're going to put a seed bead across. So we're coming out of here. We're going to go into this one here. That. Nice and tight. And one of the ways that I found to tighten it, but again, you have to be careful how much you tighten, is if you pull on all the beads, pull them down and then pull your thread, it will tighten them all, like it'll tighten the lower ones too. So let's go pearl, seed bead, and pearl. Coming out of this one, we're going to go into the one next to it, like that. And pick up a seed bead, go through. So I go through both so that it brings me to the top. Then we're going to add some more pearls. So it's pretty self-explanatory once you have a bit of length to it. You know if it's time to add a pearl or if it's time to add seed bead. So you're coming out of the top here, and then go through here, and just the one, like that. I'm just turning it to make it easier to work with, and pull it tight. So you can see my threads coming out of here. That means I need to add a seed bead, like that. Pull it tight. Now we're adding a pearl. They are sometimes hard to pick up. Seed bead and a pearl. Okay. Just like that. So if you have figured this out, by all means just fast forward to the section at the end where I'm going to put them together and add the slider and the clasp. But if you want to continue following me, I don't have a pause button on my camera, so I can't go ahead and pause and then come back. And it means that I would have to do like a bunch of different videos just for one bracelet. So that's why I do it this way. And sometimes I have interesting stories to tell you. And I don't know what I could tell you. I'm feeling a lot better. I have, in about a week or so, I have an appointment with the surgeon, the breast surgeon. So I'll find out then what's going to be going on. I suspect there'll be some type of surgery, nothing major. the areas that they found. If you haven't watched my other videos, they found some atypical hyperplastic cells, and those are like, they're indications that you could get cancer, I guess is the way they describe it. But they also say that they're precancerous, so that means they have to come out. And what they do is they do like a little incision and they remove those areas, and then they biopsy them, because sometimes there's more to what the core biopsy showed. So I suspect that's what we'll be talking about, but we'll see. So yeah, at first I was like really freaking out over the whole thing. And now I'm to the point where I think, it's kind of out of my hands. I've done everything I can to let them know what's been going on. I do have issues with my other breast. I have fibrocystic breasts, and that's pretty new right now, so it's quite painful. And there's two kind of theories on that. They're, they say they're benign, and then others say that they do have a risk of becoming cancerous. And I also have a lump on that side, but every time they go to look at it, they see the cysts and they say, oh, you just have cysts. They never go deeper, so that's something I want to talk to the surgeon about and say, what can we do to be sure that it's checked? And then the other part to that is, when I talked to my family doctor, I mentioned to her that when they initially looked at the fibrocystic breast, they said, oh, that's normal, there's nothing we could do about it. She said, oh no, that's not right, Emma. So hopefully there's something they can do, because it's pretty painful, and being an athlete, and especially a swimmer, it feels like there's something attached to my pectoral muscle. So that definitely needs to be looked into. I was telling my sister about that, and she said, oh, you definitely have to tell them about it, because she had a friend that had the same thing, fibrocystic breast, but she had something deeper that was behind the cysts that they couldn't see, and she kept telling them there's something there that's painful. So they finally checked, and it was cancer. So definitely, that's, what that I find is the scariest part, is that in the past, women were not taken seriously when it came to their health. And they were just told things like, there, dear, you'll be fine, it's nothing. Well, that's changed to a certain extent. We know so much more about breast cancer and how to detect it early and how to treat it and stuff like that. But because of that, I find that there's more focus on cancer than there is, like, say, a precancer or fibrocystic breast. So, and I understand why, but it's still, if you're living a healthy life and you have this issue of fibrocystic breast, it's not fun. Can't get this needle through the, so I'll just pull everything tight so you can see that's coming along really nice. And see how fast? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're almost at halfway. So let's keep going. So I've been doing a lot of looking on YouTube and on Google. And I'll tell you, the YouTube was good initially. I was looking at ultrasound information because I look at the picture when they're doing the ultrasound. And being an artist, I can remember what things look like. So, of course, I was like, oh, that's what it is. Because they don't tell you when you're getting your test what it is. And maybe in the States it's different. I noticed in on the videos that are put out by like the Mayo Clinic and stuff like that, that they actually discuss it with you as, you know, they're showing you this is what we're seeing here and this is what it means and stuff like that. They don't do that here at all. And that's an area that I feel is lacking in patient education or treating women with respect when it comes to tests like that, because we're not stupid. And, you know, I know their argument is they don't want to scare us. But the thing is, do you know when they're doing the tests and they're clicking and they're measuring and they're doing all that, that's scary because you know they're taking pictures and they're doing whatnot and they're getting somebody else to come and take a look. And then you're like, oh shit, what the hell's going on? But if they would just explain it to you, yeah, you're still going to be scared, but you're not going to freak out and imagine something a lot worse. And you know what? Even if it is a lot worse, it's your body. You have a right to know what's going on. I think I put too many seed beads on there. Yeah, I did. Let's go back. See if we can get this one off. Yeah, so that's my pet peeve. So I have an appointment, not this coming Tuesday, the one after, with the surgeon. And initially I was thinking, I hope it's a woman. I'm so bad, you know, there's no reason why I should be concerned. I don't know, I feel like women might understand more of your stress about something like this. But anyway, I've had wonderful male doctors, so the doctor that did my hand surgery, he was amazing. Young guy. So then I was thinking, well, if I get a male doctor, I hope he's young. And the reason I say that is because I find that the younger generation that are coming through medical school right now, they don't have those preconceived notions of that they're there, dear, we'll take care of you kind of thing. They are, from my experience, they explain things to you, they give you your options, stuff like that. So anyway, I got the referral, and it's the name's Trevor, the first name, so you can imagine Trevor's not a girl's name. So I'm like, oh great. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It's probably Trevor's a young person's name. Well, I couldn't resist. I Googled the doctor's name, and of course there was a picture. And he's about the same age as I am, which shouldn't be a big deal. So I'm hoping that, you know, I get the treatment that I feel I need. So, and you know, there's always the option of a second opinion, and that it's a little harder here in Canada to do that. But I suspect if something, like if he, if he said, "Oh, you're fine, we don't need to do anything, we're just going to watch," I think I would go back to my family doctor, tell her, and say, "Can you send me to somebody else?" Because she does the referrals. Now, I don't think normally she can pick who it is, but I'm sure there's a way, because she has done, she has asked us who we want to see. Both my wife and I, she said, we have this person and then we have this person, and then she'll explain, this person deals specifically with athletes or whatever. So I think she can, but hopefully I won't need that. The reviews that I saw were all really good. He was super caring and explained everything. But part of my concern too is because this is not, quote, cancer, that it's this kind of pre-cancer situation, that it won't be taken seriously. And I know I shouldn't think that, but that's how my brain works. So that all started with me saying I'm feeling better. Does it sound like I'm feeling better? I'm still freaking out. I was not sleeping. Oh my gosh. 5 a.m. and I'm still not asleep. So this went on for a couple of days. So finally I called the psychiatrist and left a message, and she called me back and ordered a sleeping pill. So I had a sleeping pill last night. Oh my God, I could see how people get addicted to it. Not that it made me feel good, like you would think, certain drugs do. It's that I actually slept. Like, imagine the best night's sleep you've ever had. That's what it was like. And then I woke up this morning. I woke up early, like 8, but then I went back to sleep. And then my wife came in at about 10 a.m. and I got up. I probably could have still slept, but I got up and I was fine. So hopefully I won't have to take them for too much longer. But definitely I explained to the psychiatrist what was going on with the breast issue. And she said, "Oh yeah, for sure, that's a stress that needs to be addressed. And of course, we want to make sure you're sleeping." So let's count how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 40, that's half. And then we have another 6. I'll just keep going because I'm pretty sure I counted out exactly what I needed for these. So hopefully you guys don't mind. So this is kind of a different story here. Boxing Day, I look out the window, and in front of our house there's this ball rolling down the street, and it kind of got stuck in front of our house. And it was a weird looking ball. Like, it didn't have a center, it was just like a cage. And it looked like something was in it. And I'm thinking, that looks like one of those cat toys where there's a mouse inside and you roll the ball and the mouse is inside. So I went outside and that's what it was. And it was like clean and looked brand new. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I need a seed bead. So I went and got it, and the mouse is on like a little piece of wire on the inside of the ball. And when you roll the ball, it moves from side to side and it squeaks. So I have 2 cats. So I got the ball, got the cats. So of course they were like, "What is this? Let's check this out. Our white cat was so afraid of it. As soon as it started squeaking, it was like, didn't want to have anything to do with it. Our black cat that rarely plays, he's so funny. The odd time he'll play with a mouse, and that's like, he'll throw it around once or twice, and that's it. He's bored. The other guy has a ton of toys he plays with all the time. We'll be watching TV, and he'll get up from asleep and just go start diving on his mice and his balls. And we use a tennis ball. He takes the tennis ball and he grabs it by the fur and he starts kicking it and rubbing his face in it. And so it's a ball. So I was surprised that he was afraid of this thing. What the black cat was all over it. It was hilarious, jumping up and down and rolling it around and trying to grab it, the mouse on the inside. It was really funny. Man, they are so funny. We have a big tube. I think it's like a tube for a roll of Christmas paper, only it was from the screen when you buy the extra screen for your screen door. And so we have that, and then we know that the white cat likes to play with the tubes of the paper towel. So my wife gave him that to play with. That's like his favorite toy. It's so hilarious. Like I said, we'll be sitting watching TV. He's asleep. All of a sudden, he gets up. He walks over and dives on this thing, and he grabs his paws around it and he kicks it with his feet. But of course, it's so long that when he kicks it with his feet, he smacks himself in the head. So to him, he's probably fighting some animal. It's a tube animal. It is the funniest thing. They're so much fun. Thank goodness for those guys. You know, Winona from the Left-Handed Beater and Dairy Barn Art sent me a quilt when she found out about my breast issues. And so I have it on the bed in the spare room. And guess who has fallen in love with it? The black cat is on it all the time. And he never slept in that room. So in the afternoon, if you're looking for him, that's where he is. He loves that quilt. So we're almost finished on this. So you can see how fast these go. I'm going to try this design or technique with other shaped beads too and see how that goes. I wonder with pinch beads how that would look. Because the pinch beads might fit together nicely. Okay. So it's raining right now. We're supposed to get snow, but we're lucky it's only rain because it is coming down like crazy. Yeah, these are getting hard to get on the needle. My luck with snow, it's usually when I have to have surgery. So let's hope my appointment doesn't get canceled. That was the other thing with COVID. My appointment for my hand surgery got canceled the first time. I was not happy. And our numbers have been going up. So there are some restrictions, but so far it's not had too much an effect on appointments. Okay, see what we got here. So I've been wanting to do some retail therapy. So I need your help. You gotta help me, give me places where I can shop online. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So let's pull out. Here is a trick that I do when I'm getting almost finished. So we're going to need 4 more sets. So I put out 4 beads. And what I do is I'll pick up one of those beads and then the other beads I need. Actually, I'm going to need 8 because I need 2 sides. They're getting staticky. Okay, we're almost there. So we'll do, pick up a bead. Let's grab some of these. And there. Go in here. Yeah, so I used to order stuff from Art Beads all the time, but my last 2 orders I got dinged for tax and duty. And the last order was an order that I didn't pay for. It was all through loyalty points. So needless to say, now I had probably about, I think, $250 in loyalty points. And I ended up paying $80 in tax and duty fees. I was not happy. I mean, I basically still got stuff for free, but yeah, I was not happy about that. Oh, I'm missing a bead. So, I've checked Art Beads the odd time, because here's the other thing is I was ordering from them a lot because they had a lot of really good sales, and maybe they're going to have them coming in the new year. They have like dollar bead sales, and some other like 50% off and stuff like that. I have not seen those kind of numbers lately. So even at that, it would still be hard for me to order knowing that I'm going to get dinged. So, and then the other place that I used to order a lot from was Scara Beads, and they used to have 50 and 60% off, and I have not seen that. So I check all the time, and they have 10, 20, and 30, I think, but I have not seen anything more than that. Of course, here's the other thing is I have so much stuff. Do I really need? You guys are probably laughing. Yes, you do, Emma. Come shop with me. We all need beads to make us happy. Oh, you know what was funny is yesterday I was doing the bills for the end of the month. So for December. So what we do is we use one credit card and we pay for everything with that credit card. And it's like a really good credit card, so it has a huge amount of loyalty points with it, which is like more than loyalty points, it's money. So that's what we do. So what we do is we take all our receipts and we put it in a bin by the door where we have our car keys. And at the end of the month, I take those receipts and I, divvy them up into the different categories. So what we paid for gas, what we paid for groceries, any other bills. And then I do up a sheet explaining, how much we paid this month for this and that. And then I divide it up. And my wife pays the credit card, so I pay her. I do a transfer and I pay her the amount that's my portion. So when I was doing that yesterday, I went to my bank account and I noticed, so I have a large sum in my checking account. And when I started doing the beading, it went down by a substantial amount. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, as much as I can afford it, it's still, that number is kind of hard to swallow. So it's like, oh. So yesterday when I checked, I haven't been shopping much lately, and I checked, and that number is up pre-COVID. So I'm super happy. My bank account is nicely padded. So it's time to shop some more. Not really. So these should be the last two. And then we can put this together. That. Need a seed bead here. And then that seed bead and that. So now I'll show you what you do at the end, because as you can see, it's still split. So we need to bring those together. So let's start with the first one here. So just go across. And we're still going to go through both pearls. If I can get through, I'm going to have to do that on a separate. There. Okay. So you can see it's still split open here. So we need to add. So I'm coming out of this pearl. I'm going to add a seed bead because we're going to use 2 seed beads on each side to attach our slider. So go through your seed bead. Now you have 2 there. Go down this pearl and just the pearl. And pick up an 11-0 and go up the next pearl. So you're coming out of here. We're going to go into this one from the bottom. That. And pull tight. Add a seed bead. Go through the next one. So you're adding one, going through the next one. Then we're going to go down this pearl. That. And pick up an 11-0 seed bead. And then you're going to go up. And you're ready. Okay, so now you have some, I don't know if you can see that, so you still have some thread to attach your slider. I'm going to move these pearls out of the way here. And we'll move these guys. We probably don't need them, but just in case we want to add some to our slider. Hang on to those there. Okay, so we got our second. Let's open this up a bit. And our slider. Just double check. Same size, they are. Okay, so since we have the needle on here, we might as well start with this one. So find your, so you want to have your, attach your bracelet where the sliders are like side by side. So I guess you could attach them this way, but I prefer to attach them this way. But yeah, I don't think it matters actually. Okay, so we're just gonna go through the first hole. I'm gonna open this up, or yeah, open it up again. So you're coming out through one of the seed beads. You're gonna go through the hole, and then you're gonna go through the next seed bead next to it. And actually you could probably go through your pearls too. But actually I don't think it matters. This is really strong. We're going to do it a couple of times. So then you're going to go up through the bottom of the seed bead beside it. Okay, that. Then you're going to go through your hole on your slider. And this one's a bit funky because it's got petals. It's really, let me see if I can untangle this. There. That. Down through this. See if I can turn this a bit. There. I apologize, it's really not, it's a little hard to see. And these really get tangled. There we go. And don't worry if this gets loose. You see how the strands are loose? Once you pull the one, it will tighten everything like that. Okay, so let's do it one more time. Maybe this way you'll be able to see it. So you're going to go up through this right hand seed bead. And you can go through the hole as well of the slider like that. That. There. Then down through the hole, through the seed bead. Oh, we lost the power. Wow. That's why, let me adjust the lighting on this. I told you we had a storm. Okay, so the reason I mentioned on this one is we're going to go through this. I don't know how, it's a little bit tight here. Maybe go through the pearl because we're going to tie. Actually, no, see, I'm going to go through the pearl and then through the seed bead and over to this side, and then we'll continue with the other. This way we don't have to do each one. So okay. I need some light here. There we go. Okay, so go up through the pearl and through the seed bead like that. So that's the second side. And then we are going to go, I think I'm going to go over, because then we can go through this second seed bead and make it easier. And then go through the hole. And go through both seed beads. And I'm pulling tight. And we'll do that at least one more time. Go through both. That. There. Go through the hole. And now I'm going to go the opposite way through the seed bead, and I'm going to take it down to the pearl. And that way I can tie a knot like that. This part here is like just do whatever you feel works. Don't feel like you have to do it exactly. Okay, so I want to put a knot here. Just bring your needle through. There, like that. And wrap that around. Pull through, sit tight. And then go down through a few pearls. And again, it's hard because the finish on these pearls. Here, let's do a couple at a time. I love these sliders, but I'm over them getting tangled. Okay, where are we there? Now we should be able to go through a few. And pull it through like that. Sit tight and take your needle off. Cut this. Okay, there's the one side. That looks amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's do this side here. Oh, this one's really long. I must have got excited and let's cut it a bit. I don't think we need that much thread. I think I may have been trying to do a full length, and that's why I took the whole piece. Okay, let's go through here. So let's do this side quickly now that you have an idea of what I'm doing. So I'm coming out here, let's go here. Let me do it this way. Okay, so let's go. Hang on to this so it doesn't get tangled. There we go. And I'm going to leave it loose for now. And then down through here. Got it all tangled again. Okay. I think I'm going to tighten it now. There we go. Okay, one more time. there. I can hear my wife hovering around my door. It's so funny. So I have a bracelet, a stretch bracelet. One of the first stretch bracelets I ever made has a little dolphin on it. So I put it on the door handle when I'm shooting a video so that um, she knows not to come in. Oh, you know what? I don't think I went through I need to go through the pearl first so to hide the thread. Yeah. Okay, so I went through that seed bead. Let's go through this pearl and through that seed bead and then come up this pearl and through that seed bead if I can grab it. No, I'm going to have to do it separate. There. Okay, so now that's going to flip that way. So you can see you could actually put it straight across, but I feel like it really doesn't need it in this way. I don't know, just breaking it down in two pieces I feel makes it a little more doable. That, and put through that hole. And through the hole of the slider. Best part's going to be if I can get it in there. I should have done it the other way. Let's see if I can slide it in here. Okay. And through here. Through here. Nice and tight. And then through there. We're going to go through this bead and then we're going to go down to one of the pearls. Oh, the light's flickering. I was going to say I'm surprised that my tablet continued working, but even though I have it plugged in, it has its own battery power, so that's why the video didn't stop. I'm hoping that the video is actually working because I've been having problems with my camera on my tablet, and it sometimes doesn't record, and it's usually like an hour-long video, and I'm like, damn, I have to redo it. It's got caught again. There we go. Pull that tight and make a knot, and then we'll add the clasp. 1, 2. Pull it through. Where are we here? Okay. Go through a couple of pearls. There, that should do it. There. Cut that off. Look at that. Oh my gosh, this one turned out nice. Wow. Holy moly. Okay, so I think I have, I had a little bag with stuff in it. I had a magnetic clasp somewhere. Let me see. So we could do, let me see if I have them here. Okay, so we can do, this is what I have for magnetic clasp. I think we should do this one. Like this one here. Like that. So the other option is one of these. Let me open this up a bit. That's too pink. And then the other option is a silver one. This is really pretty. Let's do that one. So get rid of this thread here. And this is pretty straightforward. It's just your thread. This is a piece of thread on there that's not letting me thread it properly. There we go. So when you're starting out, you might want to leave a little more than what I left. I did find that I left too little often, and depending on what clasp you have on there, this is a really strong one. I'm going to have to look for these again because they are stunning. So I'm just coming out of this bead here. I'm just going to go through, and what I do is I crisscross. So I cross. So here's the one that I'm coming out of. I go into the opposite one like that. Okay. Then I go over to the next one and go through it. So then let's go to the one that we didn't go through, which is this one here. That. Then go through and come out through here. Like that. Sure, everything's nice and tight. So what do we got here? Coming out. Let's go through. Go this way. That. Go through. Through here. There. And that is not going anywhere. So I'll go through one more time. And then go through. And go through here. And then go down. Like this. And then I'm going to do my knot and hide my knot in the pearl. Pulse it a bit. 1, 2, bring that down, hold on to it, pull, and go through here. And oh my gosh, the lights are flickering again. There. That's one side. This one's a little longer. I think I figured out about leaving more of a tail. Okay. Just go through, bring that down. So go through the opposite one, like that. Then up through the next one. Go through the clasp, through the next one. Go through clasp, up through the next one. Go through the clasp, through the next one. Go through the clasp, and just pull this over so it doesn't get tangled. There. Let's see. That's pretty tight. So I'll do it one more time. And then let's go down here. And go through. And we'll put a knot in here. We are all set. And down through the pearls. Try and find a spot to get out here. There we go. And we're done. So this is what it looks like on the back. And there's the front. Ta-da. That is lovely. So, I mean, when you're wearing it, you'll wear it like this. And look, that's gorgeous. Yeah. I think you could do like different color seed beads coordinated like with the pearls. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was long, but let's see what this looks like on. So yeah, this is the big one. This is the 7.5. Let's double check. Since this one is smaller than the other one. Yeah. So this is a 7 1/4. to a 7.5. So it's good. There you go. Ta-da! Oh, that's so pretty. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and stay tuned. There's lots more videos to come.